You ever one of those really crazy days where, well, Jesus, my throat's not working. You guys ever having one of those crazy days where just art imitates life and life imitates art and all that great stuff? I think we got that here today. By the way, hi chat. Good to see everybody here today. Once again, checking in. Hey, Adam, how you doing here today, sir? I hope everything considering is going well for you. I hope today is a nice distraction. I hope you're having a better day than the Blue Jays are right now because Alvarez just let go a 2-run bomb. Ugh. It's been a great day today. Got a bunch of videos uploaded. Watched Twitch. Could considerably shoot themselves in the foot and bandage their own wound in a matter of 24 hours here. That's why I say, like, Twitch reminds me of an indie wrestling promotion right now. They try to make this other change that's so dramatic and all over the place. If you didn't hear, and we're under a rock for the last 2 days or otherwise occupied, Twitch decided yesterday to put out a new terms of service starting July 1st, which would have included no third-party advertisements, no third-party videos that you could put up. If you had a sponsored stream, the logo could only be 5% of the page. Not allowed to co-stream anymore between other platforms at the same time. Basically pissed off every single streamer that they could. They had a ton of people already leave the site. They had a bunch threaten to leave the site. I'll be perfectly honest. While I don't plan on streaming there at this time, I did make up a Kick account myself. But in the infamous words of things, Twitch came out just a couple hours ago, and I did retweet it out that they completely came out and said, yeah, we screwed up. It's not good for you. It's not good for us. We screwed up, and we're completely reversing that decision right now. Which I think is the biggest no-brainer in the world, but you can almost see where this is an indie fed where they try to make up their own rules as a champion, and then all of a sudden nobody wants to come to the show. And then, no, we're just kidding about that. We'll make this right. We'll put the right person as champion. That's fine, you know. Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Almost as fun as watching the Twitch Rivals event, which I checked out earlier here. It's still technically going on here today and tomorrow. Street Fighter 6 is having a Twitch Rivals team event, 5-on-5. 40 of the most generational players in Street Fighter history grouped up into teams based on their game that they played. They are in a round robin. The round robin portion's tonight. The playoffs are tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. If it's still going on tonight, I probably will raid out to them tonight so you guys get a chance to watch that a little bit. Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is just all that in a bag of chips. So, but we're here to talk about wrestling right now. We're not here to talk about video games, which, you know, either way I'm fine. But, you know, AEW Dynamite, like, tonight I'm just looking over the card right now, and I'm not going to say that it's a weak card, but you could definitely tell they're building. This is like, if you're watching my WWE 2K streams, you know that Raw that you just have to get through to make sure you have enough budget and enough stamina to get you through to the big weeks? That's what this sort of feels like tonight with some of this. I'm not going to complain about a couple of these matchups, that's for sure. We got, well, our main event's probably going to be Orange Cassidy versus Swerve Strickland for the International Championship, which many of us believe this might be the night they pull the trigger on Swerve. Myself personally, I don't know which way you want to go. Your most popular wrestler right now in the company seems to be Orange Cassidy. And by moving the title away from Orange Cassidy onto Swerve, you're picking on that line here of whether it is whether it's going to be stale or whether it's not time yet. None of us really know that answer right now. It wasn't as cut and dry as, say, for example, Cody Rhodes winning at Mania this year would have probably been the proper move. I think all the naysayers are actually coming around to saying that pretty much right now. It's a universal feeling about it. But we'll see. I like matches where you don't really know exactly if they're going to turn things or not. So when an MJF Cassidy feud work, maybe Orange is moving on to bigger things. You know what? I wouldn't put it past, but I don't know if you want to make it feel like that championship that MJF holds, you have to earn, you have to work, you have to push yourself forward to. Do they want to go with a storyline with Cassidy saying that he does, when the nature of his character is the fact that he doesn't work? Like, don't get me wrong, if they do it, I know they're going to have a fantastic match, because MJF is very underrated in his work, and he's got a lot of accolades, but he's still underrated for his work. And same thing with Orange Cassidy. He's literally the most over guy in the company right now. I think we're at a point right now where we're not having any feuds pretty much anywhere internally with AEW. Not until the debut of Collision coming up in a few weeks. So, or yeah, they play each other well because Orange would make MJF crazy. Absolutely, like that is a very good point, and I think we could go with that. And this run built up the international titles, made OC. Yeah, and it's simple. Is it time to pass it along? That's the biggest thing we're looking at right now. Is it time to pass it along? Or is it still Orange Cassidy's time? But you want to talk about things passed along and championships that have moved on. The new champion for the TBS Championship, Kris Statlander, she's going to be taking on Anna JAS, which I believe last week here in the chat, we actually discussed it, and that was one of the people that we wanted to see Kris Statlander feud with, is Anna JAS. So I'm going to give the credit to this match tonight to you guys in the players pit right now. So, it's going to be a decent match. Anna's done well ever since she's gotten started here. And then we're looking at another match where wrestlers are banned from ringside, and Ricky Starks versus Jay White. You got FTR and Juice Robinson banned from ringside in that matchup. As long as they don't make this one false count anywhere where they could go outside the building and cause all these headaches here, I'm fine with that. We got a Texas Tornado tag match against LFI and Preston Vance and Dralistico against Jungle Hook, Jack Perry and Hook. Could this be the night where we finally see Jack Perry snap and turn on Hook and maybe turn himself into a heel? I got a feeling it's about time that we see Jack Perry as a heel. He just doesn't look like he's going anywhere now that he's lost to MJF in a very rough way. He didn't take the pin, but he got taken the pin he got beaten up real bad, so. You really do like that AEW announces their card in advance like they do each week. I don't think Vince knows what his card is going to be an hour before the show, personally. But forgive me here, I've got to change the channel over. I was watching the Blue Jays and the Astros, so I got that over here. Another match they got lined up here for tonight. We have the Blackpool Combat Club taking on Chaos in basically Roppongi Vice with Trent. So I think this is just another one to see if we can maybe get, since we got Okada versus Danielson announced already, I really wonder where we're going to go with the Elite and the BCC here going forward with this feud here. So it is interesting to see how they're going to do this. So, But as the credits are about to go here, just want to remind everybody that we are raising funds for the Canadian Red Cross, specifically for the wildlife relief efforts. There is a QR code down in the bottom right-hand corner if you're interested in taking a look, as well as a panel down below. Proceeds for this will go specifically to the wildfires, not just to the Canadian Red Cross General Fund. There's the pyro, just so we're all coordinated up here. But I think this is going to be one of those holding up nights going into AEW, going into Fight Forever, or Forbidden Door. Wow, we got a lot of things going on. And they're going with the International Championship right off the bat. This has been the Orange Cassidy spot. I think we all can agree with that. What are you guys looking most forward to tonight on Dynamite? Myself, personally, I think they're putting this match first, so I really wonder what they're going to do last tonight. I would guess that they're going to do Chaos versus BCC last, so there's another elite spot at the end, but... Oh, and as well, Tony Khan's announcing the main event of the first Collision. If you guys haven't heard... The Collision ticket sales for the first night are okay. They're not great. But there are a couple of nights on the first month of Collision in their tapings where they haven't even sold 1,000 tickets. That in particular, it is Hamilton, which I do believe is the night before Forbidden Door. And then as well, we have the show in Regina in early July. In Regina, I think they've sold maybe 800 tickets. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling bad about the ticket sales in Calgary right now. Everybody's worried about them. You're in the middle of the Calgary Stampede. I would say that you're going to get a ton of walk-on for that just because it is during a festival. So and I'm looking forward to this. Darth Mick, I am doing great. How are you doing tonight? It's been a fun couple days to say the least here. Just peachy. I gotta get the sounds out here. Let's give you a gold coin for that one. One other programming note, just as we get going here. Now that we're starting to get people filling in here, I will be co-streaming the Summer Games Fest tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. Included with it are some free Twitch drops, courtesy of Summer Games Fest. It's one reason why I signed up to be a co-streamer, so I could get the drops for you guys. Check it out. We'll be doing a full screen. I'm just going to be perked up in the corner. If there's anything really important, I'll disappear and we can watch it all together fully here. So, yeah, feel free to stop by the Twitch channel. We're not going to have any games tomorrow. We might do SEG after the Summer Games Fest, but I doubt it because we've got Top Talent Pro Wrestling coming up tomorrow night, which we're going to have Effie and Brian Keith coming into town. So it's going to be a fun show. Oh, I love how Swerve grabs him by the back pocket. I know we talked about ideal matches for Wembley. I had another surprise arrival return for you. Now, have you mentioned it before? Hey, you know what? This channel is apparently making things happen because Anna JAS is going to be here. Oh, guaranteed Pac's going to be on the card. I know we haven't talked about it, but there's no reason for Pac not to be on the card. The reason he's not in America right now is simply visa issues, apparently. that he has to stay in Europe for no surgery. Okay. I heard there were visa issues as well, so he's been recovering that for 3 months or so. Hey, if he makes it back in time, they're doing Starks and Jay White as the main event. Okay. Which probably is telling me that we're going to get somebody new from the Bullet Club to show up. Why not have a walkout for an open challenge for the belt? I would say it's dependent on ticket sales. And the best example I could give you is the reason that they announced that CM Punk is going to be part of the first Collision show. And they're going to be announcing the first main event for the show is because, well, frankly, ticket sales for Collision are poor. The Wembley sales have been absolutely fantastic. Do they get enough sales to justify having open challenges, surprises, people that they don't expect coming in? Oh, God. I love it. I love Orange Cassidy and his style. The big thing is he knows how to work. Heard Forbidden Door sold out absolutely. Toronto knows how to deal with AEW pay-per-views. But however, we were talking about this just before the show started here. Shows in Hamilton and Regina in particular for Collision. Hamilton, I believe, is the day before Forbidden Door. And the Regina show is July 12th, so the week before the Calgary show. I think some people are seeing what the Collision show looks like. Make sure it's not a B-show. Here's the biggest thing, Adam, and I think this is quite honestly the biggest reason why ticket sales in Canada are not going for a TV taping. Best question. I can answer this question with a question here. Would you care about being part of a show being part of a TV taping for a show on, let's say, ESPN? Not TSN, but ESPN. So the fact you're going to be part of a TV taping of a show that you're not going to be able to see. Because right now, I think that's one of the biggest things that's holding it up. The fact that they've not announced any kind of TV deal, and the fact that, let's face it, Rampage isn't even on TV right now. Yes, I get it, TSN Plus, and you got to pay extra, and it's a streaming service and all that stuff. That's great. But if you're not on TV, nobody gives a crap. That's why the numbers in Alberta are so horrible. I agree, but at the same time, if it was coming here, I'd have tickets just because I like watching wrestling. You're going to get your diehards. And the guys that are checking things out, yeah, the whole show is the whole show as a whole is a big question mark right now, and it absolutely is. Like tonight, we're going to get another piece of the puzzle tonight as to what our main event's going to be for the first show. Which I'm guessing they're probably going to do Jay White CM Punk. That's my guess. Unless they're going to... The rumor is that the first feud on Collision for Punk is going to be Jericho. Which is amazing that Jericho is trying to put all these young kids over right now. Yes, I had to make sure I got out the rib shot there. But the other one is Jay White, right? If you could do Jay White CM Punk as your opening match or your main event for Collision that first night, there is a way that could work. And that will sell tickets because that's one of those quote-unquote dream matches that everybody would want. No. See, if this was if this was on Twitch, this would be illegal according to their old platforms here. So I'll never get over how stupid they are some days. Sort of like an Amazon package coming in. By the way, if you ever get a chance and you're ordering a package, see if your carrier cannot deliver it through Toronto. Biggest thing right now. Personally, I would like to have seen Collision be an ROH show with a roster split, but selling ROH to the networks is different than selling AEW. Here's the thing. I think that eventually, like, they don't have to tell us anything, right? WWE and AEW are two different commodities for one simple reason. There are no public stocks in AEW. So Tony Khan technically does not have to say bull to us about what's going on. So if he plans on having a brand split, he doesn't have to tell us. And I would actually prefer that he doesn't tell us. I'd rather just see that, okay, I got to come here to see these guys, and then this match will be over here. I don't even care if they have if they have some kind of feud that shows up on a Saturday and then a Wednesday on another week. Just don't have the same feud carrying on Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. Because if you start doing that, then you're going to get into this position here where you're basically running the same people for double the amount of shows. Not only are you going to start burning out the talent a little bit more, but you also have this whole roster of people that you could be using, and it just wasted plot potential, and it just hurts you when it comes to getting signing some of those bigger talents. That's why everybody's very wary about the brand split. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing here today? Hope everything's going well. And once again, everybody, I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to stop by here and hang out. Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up earlier, but since it's already in there, Adam, I really hope that Amali is doing well. Oh, playing up the back here, so no beach break. Hey, you know what? Sleeping all day is actually a pretty good bonus for everything, so. Yeah, it's been tough. One of my other perfect time to trim your nails too. One of my favorite streamers, Maximilian, he actually had his dog Benny pass away. I do have the T-shirt, the memorial T-shirt. They put Benny's face on the $100 bill. So a real community, and when a CEO of a company goes down, everybody remembers. Oh, it's 29th and the 8th. Okay, so I was off by a couple days, but I still got the right. So they're flashing up all the dates here, but yeah, the first couple outside of the original night of Collision, they're having a real tough time selling tickets. Like the show at Edmonton's doing really well for Dynamite, from everything I've heard. I know that's what we're talking about. I know Adam and I were talking about a bit beginning of the show here, and I don't know if it's time to switch it off Cassidy or not. For me, it makes a lot of sense to do the switch right now. But also, you got Cassidy, who's the biggest star in the company, essentially, right now. And yes, I do understand AEW is led by MJF, but at the same time, your most over talent right now is Orange. And with this new show coming up in just over a week and a half, so just for the record, guys and girls, if you're watching here, that just looks hurt. Move Cassidy up to feud with MJF. Swerve elevates the international title with his in-ring talent. That's what we were talking about. That's actually exactly what Adam brought up. Do we put Cassidy in with MJF? I sort of, personally, I kiboshed the idea with the whole, oh, here we go, into the post. Oh, no, never mind. I thought he was going to do a Superman punch into the post. That would have hurt like a mother. But now that I remember that feud that he had with Pac and Kenny Omega for the AEW title, it sort of sends me in a direction of, yeah, there's a way we could do this. And yeah, Adam was bang on from earlier here. The fact that you could have Jesus! And I love the fact that they're playing up that Orange can't use that right arm worth crap right now. Because he was trying to hook that second leg and he just couldn't. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. Finisher has been hit and kicked out of, so there might be a shot here. Or do we get a count out? I got to go through some of these auto phrases here to update them a little bit. They've been saved for way too long. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Like, that is awesome right there. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't see a lot of Swerve prior to AEW. I know that he was in NXT, but I just only had so many hours of the day to watch video, but... Whoa. And there's the kick. So impressed by Cassidy. Yeah, when he started AEW, we as a collective thought he was just going to be a manager. There it is. Okay, finisher kicked out the other way now. This is a way to open a night. I feel sorry for Ricky and Jay here in the main. Half and half, reversal. Wow! That feud with Pac back in the day was huge for him, yeah. That triple threat. Look at this finish. Here's the thing. And here's a lot of great storytelling right now. The fact that Orange had to cheat to win here. That's big to me. Whoa! Oh, okay, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Well, what's going on here? No, like... Oh. They did a Sting and Darby spot. Okay. So are we going to get Sting, Darby, and Orange versus... That's gotta be Cade! Could you imagine that organ just firing up that instant second, the red light coming through? I'm sorry, his early entrances were the best. Keep the pyro away from me. Give me a dark room and some red light bringing you out. I will take that all day. Man, I want a Darby heel turn when he hits Sting with a bat. I could see that happening here. I honestly could see that happening sooner than later. I'm still not going to get over the fact that I think it's going to be Sting versus Darby in a retirement match at Wembley. No, I want to see MJF feud it next. I'd like to see Keith Lee and MJF. My God, like, if they could find a way to build up Keith Lee to take on MJF, to me, that would be an amazing match. Absolutely. Like, Keith Lee, former NXT champion, I totally feel like that should be the way that could be a very good way to go here. But if Swerve won that title, they could close out that feud with Lee winning it. Yeah, that very well, very much so. So, players, I got a question for you. I'm trying to get the terminology back where it should be here. If you guys didn't know, last week, I think it was last week, we actually christened them, since we are the players, since, that's my baseball team, and we just carry on from there. All you guys are in the players pit, trying to get a players club or for our subscribers. So, I got to ask you guys in general, guys, girls, gender neutral, whichever you choose. Do you like the prepackaged segments rather than the interviews for a lot of these bigger matches? I do, because you got a lot of these people that don't know how to talk as well as they really need to in certain situations. If you guys didn't hear that this match... So they recorded this in the all right, so if you guys don't know, this full promo was done during Dominion, a New Japan show where Danielson was calling out Okada, and it has been made official for Forbidden Door, Okada and Danielson. Depends who's involved. You can control the time, the pacing of the segment with these pre-taped vignettes. That's the big thing. You can control the entire situation and make it better. And we've seen that when it comes to a lot of this, they don't. I feel sorry for Rocky Romero and the Best Friends tonight. That's going to be rough. But we are going to get a few dream matches here at Forbidden Door. That's going to be absolutely amazing. I don't know any of these Japan guys are, so the deeper the pre-records, the better. Actually, no, sorry, I'll give you one of those. Just because, it's actually a very good point. Unless you're a diehard, and that's actually really true now, the fact that we actually get to see this. Sorry, I'm just seeing Secret Wars, the commercial for Secret Wars movie coming out, but I'm just trying to. A lot of the diehards know exactly who all these New Japan wrestlers are. For those that don't, I think AEW learned their lesson from last year, and they are trying to explain most of these people coming over and what they mean to everyone. Last year's show, despite all the tribulations and all the pains that we had through that, it was what I would consider to be a decent success. For the fact that we got to see a lot of matches involving a lot of the Japanese wrestlers that we don't normally get to see around here. We got to see a lot of good matches. The only sour spot I would say on that entire card was the Adam Cole spot, where he ended up with a concussion and basically knocked out at the end of his match. So now we get a chance to go back and see what kind of things that were mistaken throughout the show. And I would say the biggest thing is build-up. Because I can see a lot more people wanting to see Forbidden Door now compared to what you've seen before with just hearing these names, and everyone's like, oh, they have to be a big guy. The thing that AEW needs to realize, and I think they're starting to realize it, is you don't tell us who is big and who is not. You have to show us why they're big. And let's say that AEW, if they want to go from being a large indie to a larger main brand, they're going to have to start doing that to catch a lot of these casuals that don't know a lot about the wrestlers that are coming in. Do you think AEW should do a 30 to 60 minute special that showcases some of the New Japan people? Yeah, absolutely. What I would recommend as well, if you're interested, check out our YouTube page where Melbo and Andre C cover New Japan Pro Wrestling in the Pro Wrestler Review. They do a very in-depth and very thoughtful run into all the wrestling going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as well as it started with their starter reviews as well. So, I checked out Forbidden Door run last year. I just didn't know what was going on. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everybody knows that New Japan has good wrestling, but the thing about a North American audience versus a Japanese audience, in my personal opinion, a North American audience needs to be hooked on stories. They are a TV soap generation when it comes to wrestling, and I feel that we need to expose that, show that, grow it more in this case. So I just love those BCC. I love the shirt that Claudio has. I've always been a fan of the baseball tee, like the bigger one with the long arms and whatnot. I wish I had arms like Claudio, but that's a different story altogether. And Zodiac, yes, once again, praise Saturn, praise Saturn, praise Saturn. And I praise Saturn every time I see Street Fighter 6 right now because, MVC2, there's a very long longest strategic line between those two games there. So I will definitely pray Saturn. So, ha! I love it. Chaos is simply just unloading here right now. So, if you're not familiar, the reason we're saying Chaos, in New Japan, this is the Chaos faction. I know they're best friends in Rocky Romero, nor in North America, but, this is the time of year where the BCC, that the best friends are probably going to be on Team New Japan. Moxley with a hair pull. My goodness. So what do you guys think? Like, Claudio is such a great speaker, yet now with the BCC, he really doesn't have to say anything. Like, if you haven't noticed, in promos, he doesn't say a whole lot. Even though he is the ROH champion. Oh, here we go. Ha! So Chaos pretty much decided every time they're going to go for a double team move, they're just going to come in the ring and interfere. Nice. Brock made a career out of not saying anything besides being a decent promo. True. Camera timing was almost good on that. Was it just me or you seemed Swerve seem off? I don't know if he really seemed off. It almost felt like... Now that I give my thoughts about it, well, that was out of nowhere. I don't know if he was really feeling off. It might have been the fact that he was told right before the match he wasn't getting the title. How dare they do a heart attack? Oh, by the way, for the record, speaking of the heart attack, as we're hanging the picture here for the commercial. Sorry, let me back up and then I'll go forward here. To answer your question, I don't know if Swerve seemed off at all. It just seemed that he wasn't laying it all out. Him and Cassidy, I thought, had a great match together. I do think there's a lot left on the table there. And I know collectively as a chat, we thought that there should have been a title change there. Which I wouldn't have been opposed to myself personally either. I would be fine either way, whether it stayed the same or changed hands. It's all about what they do now after this. And it looks like we're going to get that 6-man tag between the Embassy and Sting Darby and Orange Cassidy, which... that could be a Forbidden Door match. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I digress. Going forward, just so you guys know, June 29th is the release date of AEW Fight Forever. Our stream for that day, providing everything loads up properly, I have to pick up the game from GameStop because I take physical copies and yada, yada, yada. Our first night of the game will be the elite mode with Owen Hart. Because as long as you're able to do the Owen Hart storyline there, that's where we're going to be doing our first night. I'll be honest, I haven't played a lot of No Mercy in a very long time, so the button controls are going to be interesting, but you know what? We're going to go through it and we're going to have some fun here, but I want to get Owen Hart on my screen as fast as possible. So, but yeah, then All right, so thought Swerve was gay the win tonight. Just thought he looked disinterested, maybe even a little slower than usual. Maybe it was the altitude. It very well could be the fact that he was just told right before he went outside that he wasn't going to get the win. To me, that seems like, I don't want to say a logical step, but it very well could be a thing. Because I think it's sort of like the Cody Rhodes syndrome. Like, everybody expected a title change and they didn't get one. So everybody pretty much soured on everything right now. But it very well could be the altitude. Very well could be that he is injured. It could be a million factors, to be honest. I didn't think the match looked bad. Do I think it was like a 15-star match? No, but I think it was a good 4-star match out of 5. My God. Trent just lines up that spear and drills Moxley with it. That was great. Great to see Aubrey back in the ring again after 2 weeks off. Or a week off, I guess. Nursing her injuries thanks to that guitar shot by Kara Jarrett. Oh, here comes Rocky. The pin should be coming soon. Because typically Rocky's there for the... I know we had a great match, but do we get Aubrey versus Kara Jarrett at Forbidden Door? I don't think so. I don't think they go to Forbidden Door with that. They had a cat fight. Well, yeah, disagreement on Rampage. I could see that going forward, like an after. Like, one of the Canadian stops, they have something like that. But I don't see... With the fact that we have so many women on the roster and the fact that probably Willow Nightingale will have to put up her New Japan Strong title on that show or be featured in that show, I don't see a ref fight being a priority there. I'm kidding. I would hope Tony Khan would have enough cocaine. Tony Khan just needs to blink about 5 or 6 times and he'll be fine. That's usually about a week's supply for him. Nice try on the sliced bread. Right into the arm bar. Nice. Here's the other thing. They call him Chaos. Rocky actually gets some credit. Oh, God. Claudio just decapitated. Oh, there it is. Rocky's done. That Busaiku knee there. Yeah, that's it. Just, he's out. Yeah, that was pretty obvious how they were going to do that one. Probably be a Briscoe Aubrey versus Jarrett's match. I would think that'd probably be what they end up doing. Wheeler, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he almost looks like a younger, like, don't get me wrong, I could be completely wrong here. But I'm trying to remember, he looks like a classic 80s wrestler with the beard and the crazy look on his eye. Trying to remember which con it was that it was like a Genghis Khan. It's not Pop, it's Sodi's side. When will the battle end? It will never end. It's neither. It's soft drink. So no Danielson, no Takeshita. They're going to try to run back Anarchy in the Arena coming up here next week. Well, that should be a good match. Like, realistically, Starks versus White should be a good match. Hey, it's Adam's favorite part of the show coming up. MJF coming up after the break here. Oh, 40 minutes in, we've had 2 solid matches here so far. And like I said, I didn't have very high expectations for this show coming up. So it was based on what the card was, it just felt like it was going to be sort of in the middle kind of thing. But it's really turned out to be a very decent show here tonight so far. Unfortunately, the kids outside screaming don't agree with me, but nobody can account for tasting kids these days. What can I say? Oh, God, yes. We discussed that. Like, especially for the Hamilton and the Regina. And yes, folks, it is named Regina here in Canada. It's Regina, rhymes with the word that means fun, okay? I've heard that Regina's they don't even have 1,000 tickets yet. But here's the thing, Zodiac, and sorry if I bring this up again for people that were here early at the beginning, but I do need to identify a couple of very important factors here. Number one, we don't know who's going to be on the card, which for a lot of wrestling fans, that means a lot. The other part is they're advertising a TV taping for a show that we don't even know if it's going to show in Canada, period. Because for those that don't know, the only show that actually is on physical TV here in Canada for All Elite Wrestling is AEW Dynamite every Wednesday. Rampage, you actually have to get a subscription off of TSN, which is our ESPN affiliate up here, or ESPN equivalent, not affiliate. And in order to watch Rampage, you have to get that subscription. And I don't feel like paying $15 a month to watch AEW Rampage. I get it. You can watch some other stuff on there, but let's face it, I'm not watching bowling at the time. I got more important things to watch. So if they announce that Collision is going to be available in Canada on TSN, not TSN Plus, TSN, then we got a shot. But if they're just going to turn around, hey, Raging Demon, good to see you here. Working and lurking. That's, you know what? That is the key to life here. Working and lurking. Oh, they're announcing the other match that they've got formally set up already. This match will absolutely steal the show, I got a feeling. Do you think the Jungle Boy needs something major to happen before he falls into relevance? I think he needs a heel turn. Myself, personally, I think he needs to go heel. I think it was a lost opportunity to get rid of Christian Cage as his manager. I think Jungle Boy needs to go heel, and I think he needs a mouthpiece. Because his promos right now are very bland, very white meat babyface, very in the middle, not much to them. There is a possibility they could run to a spot right now where Jungle Boy ends up going up with MJF. I think it'd be a mistake, but yeah, the maybe ROH, maybe a couple months. I don't know if a couple months off will do it. ROH possibly, but I think he needs to develop a character beyond the white meat babyface gimmick. He needs something. Like I've always said, there always has to be a reason to watch someone. And for me, that MJF fears David Vega. I'd have to research that. Feel free to research it if you want and let me know. I have no idea who David Vega is. I don't know. The NBA trophy is going to be going there in about a week. He's trying. I'll give him that. He's trying. I love that there's a Captain Cannabis mask in the second row. Or a way to play Blue Bombers mask in the front, or hat in the front row. All right, who from New Japan's coming out? That's what I'd like to know. All right, let's go. Are we getting this already? No way. Please don't. The only reason I say no is because if we do it now, that means MJF wins. It's too soon. Or is it? I don't know. Sorry, that was driving me nuts here. AEW looking for numbers. Cole wins this? I sure as hell hope so. The Chugs deserves a victory here. I think Cole is supposed to have that championship long before. Like during his injury. I think there very well could have been the position where Full Gear when Moxley won the championship. In a way, I think it might have been possible that it could have been Cole that was supposed to win that off Punk. Oh, there's some heel heat. There's some heel heat for you. Oh, God. Here we go. They weren't doing anything. You're just trying to get them riled up. You're not callous. Oh, I thought he was going to say NXT there for a second. Oh, good old MJF. Oh, I thought he was going to say Tyler Black for a second there. Just to pop the crowd. I will say this. If MJF has a worthy guy on the stick to go up against, Adam Cole might be that guy. Oh, got to throw one of those in there at least. You think they're playing for length here? But you never got to be Ring of Honor champion, though. Now watch this. Cole says, no, I want to be on your side. This is Chugs. This isn't Adam Cole. AEW hasn't been that creative lately. Oh my. I honestly don't think the creative for AEW has ever been overly insane. Like overly great, overly horrible. Just enough of a story to get a match put together. Wait, the girl came before that. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yep. I knew that. He was going back to the Keith Lee promo. Or no, that was a Karrion Kross promo. My bad. Hey, Jared. Good to see you here. Watch a little bit of AEW tonight. All right. Sorry, hit the wrong button there. Play some SF6 soon? We'll see. Yeah, definitely. I haven't been in the grindhouse as much as you have, but... we all know that. Oh my God, he dropped the Vince reference. Well, that's easy, Heat. Call yourself a Vince fan. And then he said, oh, then I found it. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I give this about 2 more minutes. Get it right to the top of the hour. Because that's when, you know, they gave him 15 minutes on this. I get it. These feuds are... when you can do a lot of pan-out crowd shots for nothing. Ha! Yeah, true enough. Do you notice where Cole... you notice that Cole's promos are just that much quicker, sharper, right on the point? MJF feels a lot more drawn out and slow. This is what we're talking about, and I think this is exactly what you're thinking, Zodiac, with this. SF6, Ears Demons. Do yourself a favor, look up Jaren on the old Twitch as well as on Twitter there. He does run a mean Killer Instinct as well as SF6. Ha! Oh, this is great. But you know, like I said, Adam Cole just has that pace to it right now. Cole looks more genuine, absolutely. You notice how Cole sped up his pace when you started hearing those what chants in the background? No respect chants. Nice. Still playing through the World Tour. Enjoy fighting box heads. Beat story, probably half the characters. Doing some online. So absolutely digging about. Hey, David, I got our first playthrough of World Tour from last Saturday is going to be up on the YouTube channel tomorrow. I do want to get into that again, but so much stuff to go on. Here we go. How easy was this for Cole to beat up? Ha! Wow. You want to talk about a masterclass here? Like, right here, like, Adam, as much as I appreciate MJF and everything he does, this showed right here next level promo. This is why you have Cole. He's the best face AEW right now. MJF is great, but he's more Ted DiBiase than Triple H. Sometimes you need a DiBiase in charge, but if you're going to progress... They're very... I get it. Like, I wouldn't be against having Adam Cole as a heavyweight champion. I honestly feel that he's the best choice. Adam Cole just showed MJF how to do a promo. He just showed how to get a crowd back. Oh, worker's handshake. Gotta love it. Oh, God. Hey, Dr. Wario. Okay, this is going to be interesting to see how they do this, but... All right, time for Jungle Hook. And once again, hey, this is a good pick for the top of the hour, right? So this is fought under Texas Tornado rules. I love how they have to call it a Texas Tornado tag, because I believe WWE has Tornado tag copyrighted. So if they call it a Texas tornado tag, it's all free and clear. It's amazing how things like that happen, how it sets up that way. Like, with all due respect, the biggest thing going over with Jungle Boy right now is his theme song. And here comes LFI to just say, nope, we're starting now. No, it isn't. Ring bell is a rug. I guess we rang the bell. What the hell? Which is weird, because wasn't Kerry Von Erich the Texas Tornado? Maybe WWE didn't trademark Texas Tornado. There's also a time limit on trademarks as well, right? And also, it's complicated. I know that I've looked up a few of these. Having somebody's name as Texas Tornado versus having a match concept, it is actually considered two separate entities. So you'd have to file two different copyrights or whatever, and it also could be just that Tony wants his stuff to sound different than what WWE does. It could be simple as that, which I don't mind the little differences in details. But if it was that much of a big deal, why wouldn't you call tag team matches duos? It would get over with the Gen Z or whatever the latest generation's called. Because, that's what they call it at Fortnite, right? So they'll know exactly what duos is all about. Why are you pulling a mask off if you're a face? Less than, better than, different than, yeah. Have you heard the Von Erichs are free agents or soon to be free agents? Think there's any interest from AEW? I honestly think for any wrestler that's available right now, there will be interest from the two major federations, especially with Collision starting up here. And apparently, I'm not 100% sure because nobody really does know. But it appears that the contract for the Collision show is 1 year. So they got a year to build this up and actually make it worthwhile. So I would think if there's any decent talent, and I would honestly feel that there would be more history. The history of the Von Erichs would probably be better served in an AEW than it would be in a WWE. Because knowing Vince and the way that he's going these days, he'd probably want them to change their names. So that they can own the intellectual property and all that stuff. You know what? No matter how stupid a lot of the things are that Tony Khan does and a lot of the booking and all that, I got to give credit to him for the fact that he let the wrestlers, for the most part, keep their properties, keep their names, keep their ability to make money on their own. It sort of circles back to this whole Twitch thing that we talked about right at the beginning of the show. That if a wrestler's got a sponsorship that they're going to get involved, as long as it doesn't interfere with the wrestling, have at her. Like with all these wrestlers with Twitch accounts and the commercials that have been set up through Warner Discovery or not including War Discovery. You know WWE wouldn't have allowed that to happen, so... But it's funny, WWE actually signed an agreement with Twitch just not even a week ago in regards to whether it be branded streaming, co-streaming, or some sponsorship deal like that. So we might end up getting the co-streaming that we're doing right now. We might end up having them do an official sidecast of their own, which I find funny because I don't think they understand what the real... Nice job, Preston. Take somebody's drink out of the stands. I wonder if there was alcohol in it or not, but... Oh, God. Can I just say that one of my most annoying things just happened there when it comes to wrestling? Where somebody's sitting there holding the rope, just looking at somebody about to drop on them. Wouldn't you just let go and let them fly by? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but... Oh, flag for the outside by Hook. With a chain. Hey, I feel ya. Yeah, that WrestleQuest game does look fun. My goal is to get on here and give you guys a little glimpse as to what it is. For those that haven't heard, there is a wrestling RPG coming out, I believe it's August 8th. All right, well, Moxley came out and he didn't bleed, so I guess this is allowed now. Wow, that was a real miss. Jeez. So, yeah, WrestleQuest, it is a wrestling RPG. A lot of the legends are supposed to be out there helping you with trying to develop yourself into a wrestling character. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit I can't... RPGs are not my bread and butter. I'm more preferred to beat up people than to instruct how to beat up people. But I think we're going to give this one a shot and see how it goes. It's going to be definitely worth checking out, so... And a good old-fashioned discus close. Oh, God. Vince! My God! He is truly insisting on getting hooked through that table, isn't he? That suplex was nasty. This whole match is nasty. Like, oh God, here we go. Wow. And Hook just hit himself on the other table. Oh, this... Really, Jose? Hooray, violence! It's a little bit too much for me, but... And there's a snare trap. And Vance is out outside. There's the tap out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just enjoy wrestling. I like that. Dave LaGreca in the background. I just, yeah. Maybe it's just me, but this, unless Jack does something with that chair right now to Hook, I don't really see much of anything happening. And the fact that they're holding this out as long as we have. Here it is. He's got it held. Ah, damn it. He had it cocked. He had it ready. And then he just, throws it out of the ring. Gosh, dang it. Like, don't get me wrong. I hope they do something positive with Perry, but they might have to take him off TV for a while. Oh, here's the main event for Collision. One blink. Two blinks. Three blinks. Come on. Four blinks. Five. Six. Okay. And CM Punk. CMFTR versus Samoa Joe and the Bullet Club. That actually makes a lot of sense. They've been saying that they want to team up for that, to get that trio over. So the match makes a lot of sense. It's a great way to start out. I just hope we get a chance to see it in Canada. Yeah, Ophelia, that is a great main event. Like, if you're going to do a main event for your first show, that's the kind of talent that you want, right? And you're a week and a half out of Forbidden Door. So a lot of the New Japan fans that are trying to get acclimated with the AEW product, I just hope that Punk doesn't tear his quad. The biggest thing for us up here in Canada, are we going to be able to watch it? And I see the cameras out. Ha! Nice sell, Tony. Nice sell, Tony. Nice sell on the audio and the video screw up there. Beautiful. FTR is probably the best team to pair it with. Not only does FTR like working with them, they also have the ability to control any match they need to. Callus is a fungus. I think there's something missed here. It wouldn't Callus be a callus? No, actually, this is something that happened last week here for Takeshita Zodiac. And this is actually the last time we heard this was with Tommaso Ciampa back in his heel days. For a good while there, he was not coming out to A Music. Because his exact words were, the boos of the fans and the reaction was enough of a music for me. And I think they're trying to play off the amount of heat that he got last week. Takeshita and Callus, like, if you didn't see that last week, and I know y'all did because you're all here, the amount of heat that Callus got was absolutely phenomenal. Dog Callus eats hot dogs without chewing. They haven't even turned off the video for his promo. All right, somebody in the truck is royally screwed up. Yeah, once again, no music. How is Coda? Let's not worry about that. Can we cut his microphone before he taught? Nice. My wife thinks I'm at Bible study. That's a hell of a sign. It is the Church of Pro Wrestling, though. Sorry, Colorado, you're not... Yeah, I saw that there. Don Callis eats hot dogs without chewing. Don, button up your shirt. Maybe they'll listen to you. Keith's blaming Kenny. Okay. Oh. Family. Don't you dare use the word family when it comes to a wrestling manager. Ever. There's only one person who gets to use the word family as a manager. Rest in peace, Bobby Heenan. He deserves it. Callis, well, I just love how they call Callis a fungus instead of calling Callis a callus. Sorry about the sniffles there, guys. With this hot weather coming around right now, it does drage you out a little bit here. But yeah, we're getting ready for TBS Championship match. Kris Statlander versus Anna JAS, which I do believe everybody in the chat did call as the next opponent for Kris Statlander. I believe we talked about that here last week. So it's obvious that Tony Khan is watching. So thank you, Tony, for watching. Thank all of you for watching here. Did you see the new Fight Forever reveal news today? I was actually on the AEW game stream, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, good call, Philly, bringing that up. They did announce 3 new wrestlers for the game. Abaddon, the Nightmare female wrestler, will be on there, as well as Mr. Brody Lee is also a character which we've seen before in other builds, but it's official now. And then they also showed Sting as a member of the roster officially. So Sting has been in 30 years of video games. He originally showed up in a WCW game, I do believe in 92. And now he's in AEW Fight Forever in 2023. So talk about a career, without a doubt. That is probably one of the most amazing careers that has ever been Watch this. I'll find some way to get DLC of Ric Flair here. So, they were going to try and show some tag team wrestling on there, but unfortunately, the stream deck they had decided wanted to update just prior to the stream, and they were using hotel Wi-Fi, which is absolutely horrible. So good news for you, as Adam would call it, PC Master Racers. AEW Fight Forever does work on Steam rather well. Just make sure your Steam Deck works properly. So
one more for the good guys.
Thank you. Ads by Sam. Okay, let's see here. DDP and Jake Roberts DLC? Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I'd love to see it. Oh, CLB backstage. Brock's in there injured. That's old blood. That is dark. So Sting's been in a video game for what, 4 different promotions? WCW, WWE, TNA, AEW. I don't think I've seen him in ECW, so not there. Also, I do believe he's in Fire Pro as well. So that would be 6. I will say this. I love Anna JAS' new gear. Like, she went away from that star of the show gimmick when she joined the JAS. But now she started to incorporate it back a little bit more. So I actually really appreciate that. Because you can sort of incorporate both, right? Yeah, Fire Pro. Absolutely, she was in Fire Pro. And I'll let you guys in on a little hint. I'm very close to picking up a good deal on a streaming PC. And if that's the case, I might actually be able to get into some Fire Pro soon. You gotta love it when you have a champion that can side everything, right? But yeah, just like it came up in the comments here, just want to throw it out one more time here. We are raising funds for the Canadian Red Cross here all month here on the stream. As we are trying to help out people that were displaced and eventually lost everything with the wildfires here, especially in Alberta. So the QR code is down on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, as well as there's a panel below. We're going to be running all June, highlighted by our 12-hour charity stream coming up on June 23rd. Full details will come out. I haven't really figured out exactly which games are going to get because, well, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen on tomorrow and Sunday's presentations of Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Live presentation. So once those are done, I'll have a little bit more of an idea of what I want to do for the 12-hour stream. So yeah, all the games going on. I know you're covering a lot more than me, Ophelia, but just so you guys know, I will be covering Summer Games Fest tomorrow. It'll be here on the channel. Sunday, I was asked to be a part of the Xbox Live Fan Fest, so I won't be streaming, but I'll probably come on stream after. At this point, we're looking at possibly doing the beginning of Season 2 in the Electric Show League. I'm supposed to be taking on Warren Barris again in the Edmonton Trappers. So it's great to see Kris Statlander in the ring, by the way. Oh, if there's any fans that can still sign up to watch the Fan Fest stream too, absolutely. Oh, nice reversal there by Statlander. Referee almost slides himself right out of the ring as he's about to go down for that count. But yeah, whether we're doing the Electric Show League or we're doing something else, yes, I do have drops tomorrow available for the Summer Games Fest. So, yeah, I'm horrible at hyping stuff up. What can I say? Yeah, if you stop by here, it'd be just like watching the video on the Summer Games Fest Twitch stream. The only difference is you're going to have my face in the corner. So, and trust me, if it gets to something important, I have a way of ducking my head out of here. Let's see. Of course, I don't have it on this screen, but you're here to promote things. Give you that. No, I really do wish if AEW Fight Forever was available already, I probably would be doing most of the stream on that. Probably end up doing a little bit of Street Fighter as part of it. I know we did a bunch of wrestling games before. We did WWE All-Stars for the Wii before. Like I said, we'll figure things out. Or you're gonna okay. Yeah, feel free to send me DMs or whichever. It's fine. But I have to say right now that I know, switching back over to wrestling here really quick. It's tough because I'm really looking forward to having Kris Statlander in here. And while that's the case, it's tough that AEW is it's tough that we know that Kris is not losing this. Like, Anna is not winning this match. And you know it's going to be a decently solid match because they're both decently solid wrestlers. So it's almost harder to keep focus on something like this when you sort of know who's going to win. Like, as we're talking, we're getting the it seems like this is the point where we end up talking about different subjects. Like, and to answer your question, Philly, I currently have a pre-order for the regular one. I am planning on going to get it switched over to the Elite Edition, just because of I'll probably want to get the FTR and whatnot as part of the DLC and whatnot. So I think it's basically, it's sort of the way the Street Fighter came down with the Deluxe Edition. You're not going to be able to play it early, That's the one drawback about the physical edition. But I do believe you get a deal on the DLC package. Yeah, it's only 24 hours, so you'd be playing it Wednesday. You'd be playing it during Dynamite rather than watching Dynamite, right? So, and this is where we're gonna get that 450, and now we got Taya in the back. Which, honestly, Taya versus Kris might actually be a pretty decent match. Oh, wow. I'm not used to Anna JAS doing the gory bomb. I must have learned that from Ty, who, of course, is on maternity leave right now. All the best to Sammy and Ty on their first pregnancy together. See, that's the same thing. Like, she's throwing on the Queen Slayer right now. And it just... Yeah, you're just sitting here. You're like, okay, how are they going to fix this one up? Jesus! That was... Awesome time by Anna to get her feet up for that bump. It was timed perfectly. It looked great. Kris has got to sell a little bit more. Like, that's the part that gets me. Like, she just looks like a beast right now, and it just... You gotta let your opponent be... Oh, God. That's an STO if I've ever seen one. Uh-oh. She was trying to set her up, and Anna's legs just would not come down. So she's like, screw it. Let's just do it. Why is... Okay, this doesn't make sense. Like, okay, I get the storyline that they're coming up with here. Because, once again... As you guys mentioned earlier tonight, I believe it was Zodiac that mentioned it, that the storytelling isn't that 15th level of intelligence. Taya's going to say that I softened her up for the championship so you could win it. And to me, that just, yeah. And she's like, I want this championship. You stole it because I should have won it. Winning the first damn match, you don't have that problem. But if it said to Spanish Announce Project, okay. Okay. Oh, so you're going to be facing Britt, in other words. Okay, that makes sense. That promo makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that'll be a decent match either way. I would like to see it be Mercedes, but if it ends up being Sky Blue, so be it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't know who will... She said she She said she was going to face the best women's champion of AEW history. It's Britt Baker. All right, BCC Elite next week. All right, we're going to have a busy week next week. So, also, looks like they got plenty of time to sell all these matches out here. So, Forbidden Door's looking great. Okada Daniel said we're gonna get Stark said White next here. It's been a good night of Dynamite, I would say. I would say the only real sticking point is the fact that it took so long for MJF to get schooled on the old mic by Adam Cole. Matches overall tonight have been really solid. A little bit too much blood on Preston Vance, but I'm pretty sure that was just a mistake on his part. Yeah, I'm ready to go for next week. So, being that this is the last tickets for Collision in South Carolina go on sale Friday. Nice. Hopefully you guys sell more than they have in Regina or Hamilton. So, which shouldn't be hard. If you guys get one family together, that should be about 900,000 people. It should be more than what they got in those two. So, the same joke we always use for Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, 300,000 people, 3 last names. So, I'll just leave that there. And yeah. As it's been the last commercial break before we get going, they just need to bring in the kin folk. Y'all. If you do it, would be televised in Canada, maybe it would sell. But that's exactly what we were saying. Don't sell us on a TV taping when we don't know if it's going to be taped for a show in Canada. One of our local promotions here that runs Red Deer, a city halfway between Edmonton and Calgary here, always promotes a TV taping to a channel that we never see. So why are we going to care? There's a Canada-wide promotion, a promotion that travels the roads up and down, east and west. They have a... they say they have TV. It's Shaw in Winnipeg. Why are we going to care about a TV taping for a show in Winnipeg? Of course, you know Winnipeg is the wrestling capital of Canada, according to Don Callis. But Don's wrong on a lot of things. But quickly before we get going here into the main event, this week we are still flying a little bit by the seat of our pants for a little bit of it. Tomorrow for sure we're doing Summer Game Fest, the watch along. Friday and Saturday is going to be a combination of WWE 2K23. We're doing Extreme Rules, the pay-per-view in GM mode. And I'll be having Kayla back on for It Takes Two. Hopefully the game doesn't crash again on us as we're playing. Right now it's tentatively scheduled for Friday, It Takes Two, Saturday, WWE. Sunday I will be on after the Xbox Game Fest, Starfield, all the afternoon activities and all that great stuff. Monday night, we're looking at Fight Night, and Tuesday might be my one day off next week because we got busyness coming up here. Next Wednesday, we might actually do a double shot and have our WWE 2K stream immediately following Dynamite that night. Because essentially, I have to get 3 shows in just over a week and a half, so might have to throw a little bit of extra in once in a while here. So because I promised we would get the first season of GM mode out of the way prior to AEW coming out. So just keep track of me on my socials. They're all in the link tree if you need it. So Most often on Twitter, as of course, but let's see here. Oh, here we go. No fooling around. Let's just get to fighting. Sorry, just checking some followers here, so. There's the bell. We're underway. And as soon as the bell rings, they run it back outside. It's one of those things that drives me nuts about matches. Why wouldn't you just keep going out there? I get it. You don't ring the bell, then the guy might call off the match if he's too beaten up. Oh, kissing the hands of grannies. That's always great. It is Colorado, so there's nice, a lot of politeness there, you know, out in the mountain folk there. Jay White eats corn the long way. All right. Can you tell somebody in the crowd's had way too much time putting up, coming up with all these associated jokes like that? Like, I'm sorry, that is the ultimate in being a hack comedian. Not that I'm an expert in hack comedians. We got one of those in the chat anyway, so. I got a weird feeling. The chat, maybe you can help me out with this. Do you think this crowd is, like, crowds in general, are they trying to get behind Ricky Starks, or is this just a failed experiment, I guess would be the best way to explain it. Jay White's taking off so he could get or play that same thing in. Oh, if you didn't know, Adam Blank is a professional comedian. Well, also known as member of the game here in chat, so. And I've actually listened to his Just for Laughs jokes. They're absolutely hilarious. I've actually seen him work live, just absolutely hilarious. Don't want to put him over too much, you know. I don't want to get his head too inflated. But an absolutely great guy. I think most of the people in chat here know him very well. Players Pit meet up at the next show? Possibly. The thing is, everybody in this chat here, I think we're covering, I think it's 6 or 7 states here tonight. It's one thing I'm happiest about is the fact that we're all over the country. We're all over the continent. We're all over the world chatting with each other. So, but once again, I thank everybody for stopping by here. Whether you're checking this out live or whether you're checking this out on YouTube. No, that's a whole different song amongst itself, Ophelia. We're not going to go there. Nice reversal. And, of course, we get a picture-in-picture as part of our main event. All right, we've had 5 years of this, so it's almost feels normal now. What do you guys think about this picture-in-picture? Like, it's originally come through via the either F1 or originally it came out of soccer. The English broadcasts of Premier League, World Cup, all that. They would run their commercials while having the game on because in soccer the game doesn't stop. Like, it's running time for the full 45 minutes. Why is Starks looking so dumb there? Like, seriously. Starks is going to bring in a chair. Referee gets rid of it. He does have a backup plan ready to go, so he gets down there. He's like, I better not. Then gets up and just gets drilled by White. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, you guys can give me your thoughts here. But during this main event, like, I would have to say a good half of it has been outside the ring, if not more. And it's not giving me a feeling of really big importance because, you know, all they're doing is basically beating each other up outside the ring the whole time. Like, we got 8 minutes left until essentially the show's got to go off the air. And we haven't really seen any in-ring. I know that this is supposed to be a fight. Like, this is a grudge match. This is a match that is not supposed to be. And, of course, White goes for the fake high spot. A very, very ingenious heel move. But this might be the first part of the match where they actually are fighting in the ring. But you can tell if this is the kind of pace that New Japan has, like, I'll be honest, I'm not an expert in New Japan wrestling, but if you can get a pace like this going on for a match, you can tell why matches can go 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes. And make it feel something because every hit in this match feels a little bit more. But they're so spaced out in between. It's sort of like that MJF promo earlier. He makes a lot of good points, but they're just not fluid. I love how they're just calling this a very physical main event. Are you having the Forbidden Door event, Beercade? Yes, I have talked to the organizer there. He was very happy with what we did for Double or Nothing there, and we are going to be doing Forbidden Door there. I will be doing a pre-show, more than likely with Andre C coming up on the YouTube channel. We'll probably record that after the last Dynamite before Forbidden Door. I want to bring in my New Japan expert in on this, so... And then we will have the show on Sunday there at Beercade. And it's going to be a very interesting weekend because that is the weekend that most of the kids get off school because July 1st runs on a Friday. I believe it's a Friday this year. Oh, it's a Saturday, but the stat holiday's on the Friday. That's what it was. Because the stat holiday's on the Friday, I don't know if the kids get out on the Thursday or they get out on the Friday before. But let's face it, that last week of school, nobody cares. No, Beercade is adults only. I've asked them about whether they can come up with a all ages license. And just, with all due respect, it just isn't feasible for the amount of kids that they would get for this show. A lot of fluidity there on that DDT. Like when the pace of the match picks up, Starks shines a lot. I'll be honest, based on that collision, I just mean for the fact that, there's going to be a lot of people that don't have to worry about sending their kids to school the next day or whatnot. That's where it is for me. I find that it's not only a break for the kids, it's also a break for the adults as well. So I got a feeling they're going to have to let Jay White win this just to hype up the main event for next week's Collision, right? Because we are just 10 days away from the debut of Collision in Chicago. And you watch your... that is a very nice Uranagi. You want to make sure that you get your challengers up. Hey, Omen fan, how you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you, sir. We're just here watching the main event of Dynamite right now. Just busy with work life. I completely understand that. Forgive me for the nose ringer there. We're getting close to the end here, so I don't want to get away from it and come back. Yeah, I've been busy with the streaming life because there's been a lot of going on. Like pollen, it could be a bit of pollen. It's also I find when the temperature changes a lot. Oh, run around finishers. There's a spear. Is he gonna hit the Rochelle ball? Okay, if Stark's gonna win it, that's fine, but... Hey, Astrid! Rochelle ball, ref spot. Knew that was coming. How you doing, Astrid? Hope everything's going well for you. Oh, and here come the guns. Who's going to win the ladder match? I don't know. I'm just looking forward to a good show. Terrible got one more day to survive. All right, yeah, just... Told you Jay White's got to win. This makes sense. Yeah, that's how you do it when you're a real heel. Hit your finisher, and you look strong. Yeah, this is like my Saturday night in terms of most people's work weeks, so... Am I watching all three events tomorrow? I'll be watching Summer Game Fest, the first one. That's what I'll be doing live. I might have the other two on in the background while I'm running around that day. I'm actually, at 4 o'clock is the Twitch Rivals event, the semifinals for Street Fighter 6. There's a Twitch Rivals event going on. I want to make sure I'm checking that out before I leave for Top Talent that night. So, you gotta love it. Jay White getting over. This is exactly the way I think people would have planned this. So, yeah, if you missed it earlier, they did announce Samoa Joe and Bullet Club Gold taking on CMFTR in the main event of the first Collision. Yeah, watching AEW Arcade on one screen, Guerrilla Collective on another, Digital Devolver will be... Yeah, like, I watched a few minutes of the Guerrilla Collective, but a lot of these games aren't the ones that I usually deal with, so... Like, the games that I deal with are going to be in the two presentations that I'm really looking forward to. The Summer Games Fest tomorrow and the Xbox Live Showcase on Sunday. I know there's going to be some other ones that are going to be popping in there that I know I'll enjoy later. But that's why I have people like you, Ophelia, to clue me in on the good ones. So, but yeah, that's going to wrap up tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. Like I said, good show. Pretty predictable for the most part. I was a little surprised that Orange Cassidy still won over Swerve Strickland. Probably carrying on that feud with Sting, Darby, and whatnot. That it'll probably carry on, and hopefully it'll deal into another match, maybe. TBS Championship. We knew Kris Statlander was going to win. When they announced the main event of Collision, Jay White was pretty much a certain thing. BCC setting up their match with the Elite next week with a win over Chaos. And then, just Preston Vance deciding that he needed to cut because Moxley didn't bleed. He had to in their loss to Jungle Hook. Overall, like I said, it was not a 100% show, but it definitely wasn't a failing show. You know how you get your solid Bs? You just keep the momentum going. That's what we've been saying. They're really putting their eggs in the basket of Collision being a hell of a show. And I don't know what they're going to get for a response because there's a lot of things that haven't been revealed yet. So...